What's up, guys? Today's vlog entry is going to have a couple of purposes. And one of those purposes is to answer a bunch of FAQs from the videos. Why does it sound so rude? FAQ you too. Maybe it's just me. So yes, to answer a few of the FAQs from my previous videos, especially the last one about vehicles, and also to test some new accessories. So I've got this little, I've had this lapel mic for a while I've been using now, and now I've got this little wind cover that looks like a venomous caterpillar, which is a nice distraction for people here who are worried about the flu virus. Now they're going to think there's something worse. A little venomous caterpillar attaching themselves to people who turn into selfie vlogging zombies. So anyways, I've tried to make videos on my one wheel before while riding, and the wind noise was terrible. So this video, we'll see how this audio turns out. Let me know what you think. Hopefully it's okay. The other accessory I have, I should probably start by addressing your burning question, which is that a selfie stick in my pocket, or am I just really happy to see you? And unfortunately, I have to say, although I'm happy to see you, it is a selfie stick. And what this is for, oh, it's pretty bumpy here. This is for my 360 camera. So you've seen me shoot some video on my 360 camera before, which I'm having a lot of fun with. And I've used a little selfie stick before, which you hold out and the 360 camera erases the selfie stick. I don't know exactly how it works. Maybe it's exactly in the 360 camera's blind spot, and that's the stitching line that it's going to stitch together anyway, so it stitches over it. But whatever, it's a pretty cool effect. So you've seen me in some of my other videos. I look like I'm holding the selfie stick. Well, I look like I'm holding something, but it's invisible, and then obviously you have the camera above me. Now this though, this is 3 meters. This is a 3-meter stick. This is huge. And so now that I brought my huge stick out with me, again, that's sounding more rude than it should have, I'm gonna try to recreate a shot that I did in one of my earlier videos, which I was really happy with, where I'm low down to the ground while I'm riding my one wheel, and then I lift it up, and it looks like it's like a drone shot going up in the air. And this is gonna be even more extreme because it's 3 meters long. But what I'm also interested in is to see if this actually still gets erased from the 360 camera, because it's so much longer that I'm assuming it's gonna have a little bit of a bend to it when I extend this out. So if it has a bend, I'm assuming that it's going to come out of its blind spot area, and then it's not going to be erased anymore. So let's give this a try. All right, guys, I don't know how that shot is going to turn out, but I'm pretty excited to get home and take a look at it. So on to the actual content. I've been really happy with this camera. If you saw my RV visit video, the Hong Kong guy, Thomas, who was with me, he was the guy who introduced me to that camera. And in the beginning, I was like, whatever. I didn't know what the big deal was with the 360 cameras, but they're so cool. The video I did yesterday with Eric, if you saw when I was in the car, and we saw something on the road, the camera was on us, we suddenly spun around to show you the accident that was on the road. And so that was a really cool thing that you can do with the 360 camera also. And this sounds like an ad, and although I believe in this product, I am gonna drop a link to the 360 camera that I'm using for Amazon in the description, and it is a referral link. So if anybody buys it from there, full disclaimer, I'm gonna get a commission. And I better figure out a way how to, add some of these little things in there, because my wife is getting pretty annoyed at me for focusing so much time on my videos. On to the actual meat of this vlog entry. So I got a lot of questions about driving in China and some different things, so I'm gonna address them now. One was, is it difficult to get a cross-border car for people living in Shenzhen? Short answer, yes. It's a little bit easier now than it used to be, but the official way to get one was you needed to have a company in China that was owned by a Hong Kong company, and you had to invest at least $1 million US. Within 1 year of doing business, you needed to pay 300,000 renminbi of tax. And then later on, they introduced a new policy where the second year, the year that you're applying for the license, you need to have paid another 150,000 RMB in tax, just naturally from doing business or whatever. Then you can apply for one for free. There's still some admin costs and different things like that. Or what you can do is you can't sell these cross-border license plates on its own. You have to sell the entire company with it. It belongs to the company, and you can't separate it from the company. So what people used to do is they used to set up shell companies, do the investment, pay the taxes, and then sell the entire company to someone. And that, it got as high as like 1.6 million renminbi for Shenzhen Bay Bridge, because the cross-border plates, they're port specific. The Futian port, which is a 24-hour port, Huanggang, in Futian district, that was the most expensive. It got over 2 million renminbi, but the prices have dropped substantially now. And that's for a few reasons. One, a lot of people were investing in these plates, and they made a lot of money off of it. I mean, when Shenzhen Bay first came out, I think it was like 150,000 RMB. That went up to 1.5 million. But after the Macau bridge opened up, people started investing in that plate because it's a lot cheaper. And then also, of course, the issues with Hong Kong, not as many people want to go over to Hong Kong. And then there's the final issue that they've made the policies way more relaxed for getting a license plate. Now there's no minimum investment requirement, and now you can, you just have to continually pay 150,000 RMB worth of tax every year. And for business people who need this plate, a lot of them are already naturally paying 150,000 RMB a year for their business. It's not a lot for a medium-sized business. So then they can apply for the plate. Now, the only disclaimer is with that is that has a requirement to continue paying 150,000 RMB in tax per year. Again, not an issue if you're already naturally paying that, in order to continue renewing it. Whereas the old scheme, there's no requirement to continue paying tax thereafter. So for all those reasons, the price has come down. It's like, I think it's under 800,000 RMB now for a Shenzhen Bay license plate. So you can imagine how upset the people are who invested in it at 1.5 million RMB, thinking that maybe it will go up to the same as a Huanggang port. Especially because there is a scheme in place where the Shenzhen Bay port is going to be changed to a 24-hour port soon. Okay, I think I spoke about that for a little bit too long. The next big question is, how do you get your driver's license in China? From what I understand, and this I'm not 100% sure about, but what I understand is if you have a less than a 90-day visa and you come to China, there is some sort of a temporary driver's license you can apply for. If you have a visa for longer than 90 days, you have to apply for a full-on Chinese license. And if you've got a license in your own country, I think there's certain eligible countries, then you can just do a written test. The written test is pretty messy. I mean, it's got some really stupid questions, but you just study. There's, I think, a total of 2,000 possible questions, and on the test day, they ask you 300 questions. So you study, you go on the computer in their center, in their facility, you answer the questions, and then if you pass, you get your license. And that is, I passed that with like 90% or something like that because I studied. But if I didn't study, I would have for sure failed. There's other things you've got to do, like you've got to translate your passport into Chinese and a few other administrative things, but that's how you do that. For fighting traffic tickets in China, I haven't really had to fight many traffic tickets, but they have a lot of power at the police office level to just be reasonable and look at the facts and say, okay. You know, so for example, I had a ticket for going through a red light, but I was following behind a bus, and the bus obstructed the traffic lights, so I couldn't see the traffic lights. And when they saw that and they saw the pictures in the video at the police office, they just removed it. They said, okay, you're right. None of this BS where you've got to go to court and all this kind of stuff. To be honest, I'm not sure if they disagreed, if there is. I'm pretty sure there is a process to still dispute it, but I just don't know what that is. And this is just a quick FAQ, so I didn't really research this too much. This is just based on all of my own experiences. What else do we got? You know what, I think that's it for now, especially if I want to try to keep this as one of those short videos. And I'm going to have the long videos. A lot of you are still asking for the longer and more in-depth videos covering a topic, breaking it down, and I'm still going to have those. But what I want to do is I want to create something a little bit more sustainable to make on a more regular basis, to just do quick videos or quick updates. So that's it, guys. Maybe what I'll do is I'll try to do one more shot with this 3-meter selfie stick to finish off the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Actually, you know what, guys, before I go, I want to show you this. I've seen this a few times here, and I don't know what it is. I've got a theory. It looks like there's some sort of a conveyor on the front, and there's obviously a camera on the top. What I think this is I think it's like an autonomous river cleaning boat. You guys correct me if I'm wrong and you know what this is, but it's pretty cool. It looks like it goes around and it picks stuff up. And it makes sense. If you look how clean this river is, I'm guessing in every night or every so often they'll turn this puppy on and it will just kind of roam up and down looking for debris and picking it up. And then there must be some sort of a vessel in the back, some sort of a container to collect all the garbage or leaves or whatever it is that falls in the water. I don't know, it's pretty cool. Anyways, just wanted to show you that. Let's go.